folks, I am absolutely, completely, 100% for the first time maybe in my life intimidated. I have educators all over the stage up here. And, you know, I was okay, but I wasn't all that good in that school business. Look at these wonderful folks right here. Let's give them a round of applause. Woo! Now we're going to tell you why they're here. David Alexander is going to give us a little rundown here of what's going on. David, what's happening?
Well, we've got what we're calling the Love2Read program in 3 of our 4 elementary schools. This program actually is an extension of what my dad did in Houston through his church. He would come home with articles on the benefits of reading to kids, and even if the kids get read at home, when they come to school and somebody else comes, it's one thing to teach them how to read, but when you teach them to love to read, they can go anywhere in the universe, they can learn anything that they want to learn, and it can literally change their lives. And their life, that changed life, can change the lives of all those around them. And if we just reach one kid, that is worthwhile, and I'm fully convinced that we're going to reach a lot more. We've got 3 regular readers at East Lincoln, 1 reader at Robert E. Lee, 3 readers at Farr, and I just heard plans of...
At where?
Fair.
There
Jack
Fair. He ain't from around here. Far. They're far out there.
And
I'm just kidding you, buddy.
That's okay.
Life is fun.
We needed to correct that. Okay.
Is this a Lions Club program?
This is a Lions Club program.
Okay.
The volunteers are not all Lions.
Right.
You do not have to be a Lion to be a volunteer, but it's still a Lions program.
Right, sure.
And we need more volunteers. We need them.
More volunteers. And how? Listen, here's how you can get in touch with David right here. It's what has it? You read that.
DAVALEX 2006 at gmail.com.
Okay.
Or call me on my cell at 581-7791.
Or go to the downtown Lions Club meeting.
Or go to the Lions Club meeting.
You know, it'd probably be a good thing to do anyway, because they have all kinds of great activities that they do and things that they do that are good for the community other than this, but this is what we're here for. And tell me who all these wonderful people are right here and how they are in the program and help affect our youth.
Absolutely. I've got 3 of our principals here. I've got Scott Hargrove.
There you go.
April Norris. And Woody Delahaye. And
Woody's in the back there in the trees, because he's tall as they are.
And I have a first grade teacher here and 2 of our readers.
Okay.
And Scott was our initial contact to create it, because at that time we were meeting at Dameron's, and East Lincoln was right next door.
Yeah.
So it made sense.
That's where I went to school, East Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
Eagle.
There you go. I don't know if I was a beat. I got to play the triangle and be a beat in the play. And a little popsicle stick with a beat that my mama made. I ran when the rabbit came after me because I didn't want to be chewed on by a rabbit. Never mind. But you remember, I guess the point of all of that nonsense is you remember those things that take place when you're a child. Probably more so that first school time, and how magical it was, and how did you like it or you didn't like it, and if you didn't, you sort of figured out how to like it, and stuff like this helps these children find the magic of education. Right?
Right.
That's right.
I'm crying, folks.
Hey,
I'm pulling.
This is our 3rd year with our partnership with the Lions Club, and it's a great partnership and reciprocity between both groups. Once a week, the readers come in and they model great learning for our students, which that's a huge win. And as we spoke about the importance of reading, if we master that, we have a great chance of being successful in the rest of our education. And on the other end of it, the readers end up being rock stars, because if our kids see them out in the community, they are going to call Miss Inga, Mr. Ernie, Mr. David out from across the store. So it's a great partnership, and we're glad they're in our schools. It's another caring adult that our children see once a week and can identify with. So it's a pretty good deal.
Oh yeah, it's wonderful. And I was talking about being at East, and when I was in the, let's see, when did we go over to junior high? Which East Junior High was over there in the 6th grade. Seventh. All right. There was one 6th grade class, Miss Gentry's class, that was in East Junior High because there wasn't enough room at East Lincoln School. And Miss Gentry was my teacher, and if we were good and did what we were supposed to do, the last 30 minutes of every day she read to us. And she read Tarzan, the Tarzan stories, and she read the eight Wonders of the World. And she took us for that 30 minutes of our life somewhere that most of us would never be able to travel in our lives. And it was so magical to me. And I write a lot, and I've written a short story using her name and her family name as the main characters in this story because of her. And that's how far-reaching it can be.
So she inspired you.
Oh, heavens, yes. And that's what that type of thing does, is it wakes you up, and it takes you out of, particularly a young person whose brain is so, sponging and sucking stuff in. When those things that go in there are positive like that, it's life-changing.
And I don't know if y'all noticed, but he didn't mention any readers being at Bel Air, so we're hoping to be able to get some volunteers for promoting this program today. Although this guy back here with the Tennessee Volunteers, Mr. Eddie Smith, being the volunteer that he is, he said he would try to work it in his schedule after.
Now, Eddie's got a shirt on with names signed on it. Are those some of the kids that you read for?
It is.
Isn't that great?
Out of room, I have to change shirts.
Have to go to another school. You have to get another shirt.
I want it to be a Tennessee shirt, though.
That's great. And
one thing that I would like to mention before we go is that the investment of time is minimal.
Right.
From the time I leave work to the time I go back to work, you only read for 10 minutes, because for first graders you can't really read any longer than that. I'm gone for half an hour.
Yeah.
Some people go out and smoke a cigarette longer than that.
Yeah, they do.
I was going to say that in my experience of almost 30 years being an educator, that the one thing that can happen in first grade is you can hear the productive noise that's going on in the classroom. But if you walk by a first grade classroom and it's totally silent, you can come on in and see that someone's reading, because children absolutely love it. And the things that I remember as a child, like you said, John, are the special days.
Oh, yeah.
And when someone comes in from outside the environment to the classroom environment, they absolutely love it. Like Read Across America Day, we have a special speaker. So the fact that we could have someone that could come in, these are the things when they get in other grades, they're going to go back and remember the special events more than the routine that happens in a first grade day. So we're very excited at Bel Air to have this kind of opportunity.
Oh, yeah. I was fortunate enough, and I've only done it the one time. I was asked again, but I had a conflict to be at East. I think it was 2 years ago, and in a classroom, and read, and I had control of the classroom for, I was there for 2 hours, and they brought kids through there, and everything from kindergarten to the 5th grade. I made my presentation, which was about communications, and it was an education for me, number one. As an adult, being involved with all of those age groups of children, to see exactly, where they are, where's their attention span, what are their questions, how sharp are they about what's going on, and of course the kindergarten kids are a little bit hard it's hard to catch their. It's hard to stop them, pretty much.
They're energetic.
And the first grade's a little better. Second, third, fourth, the fifth were, they're getting they're getting to where they are starting to know more than you do a little bit. Just a little bit. They're hard to keep focused as well. But those middle, the second, third, and fourth grade, it's magic. And I did a deal with them, and I just like you say, I asked them how to spell my name. My name's John, and they spell it John. Some of them didn't know, but my John. I said, no, there's no H. I'm H-less John. And so throughout my whole presentation, I used H-less John. And the next day, I was walking into Traders Bank, and right there at the stoplight between City Hall and Traders Bank, this SUV pulls up, and the windows are down because it's that time of year, and I hear this, "Daddy, there he is. There's H-less John." Well, that made me feel wonderful. That made me think, I got him.
Yeah.
I got him. When
Just
I was
the one
doing
time.
work, I got him.
Made that connection.
And that's what happens, and it's beautiful. And so congratulations to all of you for doing what you're doing, because that gives these people, number one, it gives them a little break from something different, like you say, but maybe, sort of like Peggy putting somebody on stage. You see people on a small stage, and some of them are scared to death, but some of them just explode. And it's the same thing with what you're doing in these classrooms by reading to these kids, and I congratulate all of you. It's wonderful.
Thank you.
Well,
I just wanted to say,
Yes, ma'am.
If anybody comes down and tries it one time, gets a hold of David through you or directly, and tries this one time, remember that old advertising slogan, "Nobody doesn't like Sara Lee"? Mm-hmm. You'll never not come back.
Right.
You'll never not come back
that's
if
true.
you try
That's
it one
true.
time. It is that much fun.
We
so
need
we get
to
a
go.
lot out of
They're
it.
telling me we need to go. So we need to go, but thank all
Thank
of y'all
you.
for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you do as educators and people inside the classroom. Sometimes when I'm around one of these areas like that, I realize I probably couldn't do that. I respect you for what you do. It's not an easy job what you do. The rules and regulations you have to live by make it that much harder. Just the society, the way society is right now, makes it difficult for you. I praise all of you for what you do and wish you a 50% raise, because you all deserve it. You all deserve it. There's not enough money being spread around for you folks. So I don't know if that will do any good. Probably not, but think about it. Thanks, folks.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing all of you again. We'll be right